All right, my name's Josh. We're back at Rising Fawn Gardens. We're continuing with our spring wildflower tour on social media. And the wildflower that I'm talking about at the moment is the Trillium cuneatum. Trillium cuneatum and other trilliums have an interesting life cycle in that they have a symbiotic relationship with ants and yellow jackets to some extent. What happens is after the trillium produces the flower and it's pollinated by bees and flies and other creatures, it will produce a seed packet that's kind of soft once it's mature. And when it splits open, there are many seeds inside of it. And attached to each seed is something called an elaiosome. An elaiosome is a white covering that attaches sort of near the top of the seed. It's soft and good tasting, and the name elaiosome has some relationship to olive oil or olives. It's a Greek word. The ants approach the split open seed pod and they feed on the elaiosome, but in order to do that, they carry the seed some distance away from the trillium. Then they bury the seed within their mound or their nest, and this does a number of things. First, it effectively plants the seed. So now the seed is in the ground and it can germinate. Two, it protects the seed from wildfires. So if a fire rips through and the trillium seed is underground in the ant bed, it will survive. And three, it protects the seed from being eaten by birds, which gives it the opportunity to germinate, because the only part of the seed of the trillium that the ants consume is the top cap, the elaiosome. On each trillium, the flower can appear in different ways. On this particular one, you can see that the petals of the flowers are more or less straight up in a full flowering stage. A little bit earlier in the flowering stage of a trillium, you can see that the flower itself, the petals are closely grouped together, and the pod around the flower has not split completely open. In still other examples, this process will continue far beyond the erect petals of the flower and go into a stage where the petals themselves lean far, far outward and open wide up, like we might expect to see on a summer flower, you know, with a round center. All right, thank you for joining us as we explore the Trillium cuneatum.